Be me, 29, married to Hazel for 3 years, met her when she was 24 and still looked like a college cheerleader. Blonde hair, blue eyes, perfect body, the whole package. Couldn't believe someone like her would even talk to a guy like me. I was 26, working IT support, making decent money, but nothing special. She was working as a receptionist at some fancy law firm downtown, always dressed up nice, makeup on point, guys constantly hitting on her. Somehow managed to wife her up before some Chad stole her away. First 2 years of marriage were amazing. Felt like I won the lottery. She cooked dinner every night, kept the house clean, still looked incredible. Sex was regular and enthusiastic, couldn't ask for more. Then she turned 27 and something started to change. Noticed she was spending more time looking in mirrors with this worried expression. Started buying expensive skincare products and anti-aging creams. "Do you think I look older?" she'd ask me constantly. "No, babe. You look exactly the same," I'd tell her, which was mostly true, but she wasn't buying it anymore. Started going to the gym obsessively, like 2 hours every single day, hired a personal trainer who looked like he belonged in a fitness magazine. "His name is Brad," she tells me. "He's helping me get my body back." "Get your body back from what?" I ask. "From getting old and gross," she says with this bitter tone. That's when I knew we were in trouble. She starts doing these crazy diets, cutting out carbs completely, gets angry when I order pizza or bring home Chinese food. "I can't be around that stuff," she snaps. "It's triggering." Our grocery bills double because everything has to be organic and expensive. She's constantly taking selfies, trying to find the perfect angle. Spends hours editing photos before posting them on social media. Does this filter make me look younger? Becomes a daily question. Meanwhile, she's becoming more and more critical of me. "When was the last time you worked out?" she asks one morning. I don't know, high school maybe?" I answer honestly. She gives me this look like I just told her I eat garbage for breakfast. Starts making comments about my receding hairline and growing gut. "Maybe you should come to the gym with me," she suggests. Translation: "You're embarrassing me in public." I try going a few times but can't keep up with her routine. She's doing CrossFit, Pilates, spinning classes, the whole 9 yards. I'm dying after 20 minutes on the treadmill. She starts going out more with her gym friends, comes home talking about how inspiring and motivated they all are. "Jessica just turned 30 but looks 22, she gushes. "Mark is 35 but has the body of a 20-year-old. Notice she never talks about me like that anymore. Sex becomes less frequent and more like a chore for her. She insists on doing it with the lights off now. "I don't want you to see my stretch marks," she explains. "What stretch marks?" I ask, genuinely confused. "They're there," she insists. "You just can't see them in this lighting." Starts wearing more makeup around the house, even on weekends. Used to love seeing her natural face in the morning. Now she wakes up before me to put on foundation and concealer. "I look like death without makeup," she says. Catches me looking at younger women on TV or in public. "I bet you wish you married someone like that," she accuses. "What? No, I married you because I love you," I try to reassure her. "You love the old me," she says. "The young me that doesn't exist anymore." This conversation happens at least once a week now. She starts therapy, but it only makes things worse. Comes home with new theories about how society pressures women. "My therapist says I'm internalizing the patriarchy," she announces. "Okay, what does that mean exactly?" I ask. "It means you benefit from a system that devalues women as they age." "I literally just said you look beautiful," I point out. "That's not the point," she snaps. "Apparently everything I say is wrong now. Compliment her appearance. You're just saying that." "Don't compliment her. You don't find me attractive anymore." Suggest she's overreacting. "You're gaslighting me." Agree with her concerns. "You're patronizing me." Can't win no matter what I do. She starts following all these anti-aging influencers on Instagram. Spends hours researching Botox, fillers, and plastic surgery procedures. "Maybe I should get my eyes done," she muses. "Your eyes are perfect," I tell her. That's what someone says when they're too polite to tell the truth. Books a consultation with a plastic surgeon without telling me, comes home with a quote for $15,000 worth of procedures. "It's an investment in our future," she explains. "Our future what? Bankruptcy?" I ask. That starts our first real fight about this whole situation. She accuses me of not caring about her happiness. I point out that she was happy before all this started. "I was ignorant before," she says. "Now I see reality." "Reality is that you're 27 and gorgeous," I argue. "Gorgeous doesn't last," she replies. "And then what do I have?" "You have me," I say. "For how long?" she asks. That question hangs in the air like a dark cloud. Realize she's projecting her own fears about leaving me for someone better. She's worried about aging out of her league, but also considering upgrading. Starts going out more without me. Girls' night becomes a twice-weekly thing. Comes home talking about how some guy bought her drinks. He thought I was 23, she brags. That's nice, honey, I say, dying a little inside. Catch her texting someone late at night. Who's that? I ask. Just Jessica from the gym. She lies badly. Her phone is always face down now, never leaves it unattended. Starts dressing differently, more revealing clothes when she goes out. I want to feel young again, she explains. You are young, I remind her. Not for long, she says ominously. Our conversations become increasingly hostile. Everything turns into an argument about aging, beauty, or my inadequacies. You don't understand what it's like, she tells me constantly. Women have expiration dates. Men just get distinguished. Starts pointing out older male celebrities with younger wives. See, he's 50 and she's 25. Nobody cares. But if the genders were reversed, everyone would call her desperate. Can't argue with that logic, but also can't fix society. She begins treating me like the enemy instead of her partner, blames me for not being successful enough to afford her lifestyle dreams. If you made more money, I could focus on taking care of myself. You don't work anymore, I point out. Taking care of my appearance is a full-time job, she argues. Quit her receptionist position to focus on self-improvement. Spends my entire paycheck on gym memberships, treatments, and supplements. House is a mess because she's always at appointments. Dinner is whatever I can grab on the way home from work. Feel like I'm living with a stranger who happens to look like my wife. Try to plan romantic dates like we used to do. I can't eat at that restaurant, she says. Too many carbs on the menu. Suggest a different place. The lighting there is terrible for photos. Offer to stay home and cook. You'll just order takeout like last time. Every suggestion gets shot down for some superficial reason. Realize she's not the same person I married anymore. That carefree, happy girl is gone, replaced by this anxious, bitter woman. She's so focused on preventing aging that she's forgotten how to live. Ironically, all the stress and negativity is making her look older. Constant frowning creates wrinkles faster than time ever could. Try to have a serious conversation about where our marriage is heading. Hazel, we need to talk about what's happening to us. There's nothing happening, she deflects. I'm just trying to improve myself. At what cost, I ask. You're miserable all the time. I'm not miserable, she lies. I'm motivated. Motivated to do what exactly? To not become one of those women who let themselves go. Like me? I ask. I didn't say that, she backpedals. But you're thinking it. She doesn't deny it. That night she sleeps on the couch, claims the bedroom is too hot. Really, she just doesn't want to be near me anymore. Wake up alone wondering how we got to this point. Used to think I was the luckiest guy in the world. Now I feel like I'm married to someone who resents my existence. She sees me as dead weight, holding her back from some imaginary better life, but also knows she can't do better, which makes her even angrier. It's like being trapped in a cage with a wild animal. Every day brings new complaints and criticisms about my appearance. Your hair is thinning, she observes over breakfast. Your stomach is getting bigger, she notes while I'm getting dressed. You should really do something about those dark circles. Meanwhile, she's spending 3 hours every morning on her appearance routine. Bathroom counter looks like a department store cosmetics section. Can't take a shower without moving 50 different products. Monthly beauty budget exceeds our mortgage payment. But God forbid I spend $20 on a video game. That's such a waste of money, she says, coming from someone who just bought a $100 face cream. Double standards everywhere I look. She can spend our savings on Botox, but I can't buy lunch at work. Can go out drinking with her gym friends, but I can't have buddies over. Gets angry when I point out the hypocrisy. It's not the same thing, she argues without explaining how. Realize I'm walking on eggshells in my own house, afraid to say anything that might trigger another meltdown, but also tired of pretending everything is fine when it's clearly not. We're living like roommates who hate each other. The woman I fell in love with is gone, maybe forever. What's left is someone who looks like her but acts like a completely different person. Someone bitter, shallow, and impossible to please. My face when I realized I married a time bomb that was always going to explode. That feel when you understand why some guys just give up on relationships entirely. Be me, 21, feminine, at State University, trying to survive another semester, living in the dorms because off-campus housing is expensive as hell. Get assigned random roommate through the housing lottery system. Her name is Luna, and she seems normal enough from her social media. Shows up on move-in day, wearing all black with purple hair streaks. Hey, I'm Luna, she says. Just so you know, I'm not like other girls. Immediately get bad vibes, but figure maybe she's just trying to be edgy. Cool, I'm Anon, I reply. Nice to meet you. First red flag. She has no normal clothes. Everything is either goth or anime themed. Second red flag. Brings a katana collection and hangs it on the wall. Don't worry, she says. They're not sharp, just for decoration. Spends the first week telling me how unique and different she is. Most girls are so fake and shallow, she explains while organizing her manga collection. They only care about makeup and boys and stupid drama. I'm into deep stuff like philosophy and Japanese culture. Meanwhile, she's never read a single philosophy book that isn't Naruto fanfiction, constantly talks about how she's not interested in dating because men are trash. Relationships are for basic girls who need validation, she declares. I'm perfectly content being alone with my interests. Seems reasonable enough. Lots of people prefer being single. Then she starts getting weird about my lifestyle choices. Catch her staring when I put on makeup in the morning. Why do you wear all that stuff on your face? She asks. Because I like how it looks, I answer honestly. That's so sad, she says. You're just conforming to societal beauty standards. Or maybe I just enjoy the artistic aspect of it, I suggest. She rolls her eyes like I said something incredibly stupid, starts making comments every time I get dressed up to go out. Another night of shallow partying? She asks sarcastically. Just hanging out with friends, I explain. Let me guess, you're going to drink alcohol and talk about boys all night. Actually, we usually play board games and watch movies, but okay. She looks genuinely confused, like she can't compute that information. Brings her own friends over, and they're all carbon copies of each other. Purple hair, black clothes, the same condescending attitude toward everything. They sit around talking about how intellectually superior they are. We're having a discussion about the deeper meaning of Death Note, Luna announces. Listen to them for 10 minutes and realize they're just repeating plot summaries. None of them have any actual insights or original thoughts, but they act like they're solving world hunger with their anime analysis. Luna starts getting possessive about our living space, moves my stuff without asking and replaces it with her decorations. This looks better, she says after rearranging my entire desk area. That's my stuff, I point out. I know, but the aesthetic was all wrong before. Ask her to put my things back where they were. She gives me this look like I just kicked her puppy. I was trying to help you express yourself better, she says. I express myself just fine, thanks. No offense, but your style is pretty generic. Offense definitely taken, but I try to keep the peace. Things escalate when I start dating this guy from my chemistry class. His name is Blake, and he's actually really sweet and funny. Luna immediately becomes hostile when she finds out. So you're one of those girls now, she says with disgust. What girls? I ask. The ones who drop everything for a guy. I'm not dropping anything, I'm just dating someone. Same thing, she insists. Starts making snide comments whenever Blake comes over. Oh, look, another generic frat boy, she mutters loud enough for him to hear. Blake is actually in the engineering program and has never been near a frat. But Luna doesn't care about facts when they contradict her narrative. She begins sabotaging our relationship in small ways. Hides my phone when Blake calls, so I miss his messages. Sorry, didn't see it, she lies when I ask if she's seen it. Tells him I'm busy when he stops by, even when I'm just doing homework. She's not available right now, she says without asking me. Catch her doing this and confront her about it. Why are you lying to my boyfriend? I demand. I'm protecting you from making a mistake, she claims. What mistake? Dating someone who makes me happy? You think he makes you happy, but you're just blinded by hormones. That's not your decision to make. She gets this crazy look in her eyes like I just challenged her entire worldview. You used to be cool, she says. Now you're just another basic girl. Maybe I was always basic and you're just now noticing. That comment sends her into a complete meltdown. Starts screaming about how I betrayed our friendship. I thought you were different, she yells. But you're exactly like everyone else. I never claimed to be different, I point out. You were supposed to understand me, she continues. Realize she's been projecting some weird fantasy onto our roommate situation. She thought she found her special, unique soulmate who would validate her superiority complex. Instead, she got a normal person who likes normal things. Things get worse after that confrontation. She starts bringing random guys back to the room at all hours. I thought you said relationships were for basic girls, I mention. These aren't relationships, she clarifies, just physical encounters. Right, because that's totally different. The guys she hooks up with are all the same type. Awkward, desperate, clearly grateful for any attention. She treats them like garbage, and kicks them out immediately after. Men are so pathetic, she says while texting 3 different guys. They'll do anything for female attention. Including the ones you're currently texting? I ask. That's different. I'm using them. They're not using me. Her logic is completely twisted, but she's convinced she's playing 4D chess. Starts stealing my clothes when she runs out of clean ones. Borrowing, she calls it, but never asks permission. Find my favorite dress in her dirty laundry pile. Dude, that's my dress, I tell her. I know, but it looked better on me anyway. That's not the point. You took it without asking. I didn't think you'd mind since you have so many clothes. Having clothes doesn't mean people can just take them. She acts like I'm being unreasonable for wanting my own belongings back. Begins eating my food from the mini fridge constantly. But we're roommates. We should share everything, she justifies. Then why don't you ever buy groceries? I ask. I'm broke, she admits. So am I. That's why I budget for food. Budgeting is such a capitalist concept, she says dismissively. Apparently being responsible with money makes me a sellout. Her parents send her money every month, but she spends it all on anime merchandise. Then acts like she's oppressed when she can't afford basic necessities. The final straw comes during midterm season. I'm studying for my organic chemistry exam, which is notoriously difficult. Need complete silence and focus to memorize all the molecular structures. Luna decides this is the perfect time to have a loud phone conversation. Can you please keep it down? I ask politely. I'm talking to my friend about important stuff, she replies. What's more important than my education? My friend is having an existential crisis about her identity. Listen for 5 minutes and it's just drama about some guy not texting back. That doesn't sound very existential, I observe. You wouldn't understand, Luna snaps. You're too shallow. I'm literally studying advanced chemistry right now. Book smart doesn't mean deep, she argues. Ask her to take the conversation elsewhere so I can focus. She refuses and gets even louder out of spite. This is my room too, she declares, and this is my education. Your grades aren't more important than my friendships. Realize she's actively trying to sabotage my academic performance, probably hoping I'll fail and prove her point about shallow girls. Pack up my stuff and go study in the library like I should have done earlier. Come back that night to find she's rearranged the entire room again, moved my bed to face the opposite direction, and relocated all my furniture. What the hell did you do? I ask. The energy flow was all wrong, she explains seriously. The energy flow? Yeah, I'm into feng shui now. It's an ancient Chinese practice. It's feng shui, and you can't just move someone else's stuff. I was trying to help your aura, she insists. My aura was fine with my bed where it was. Spend an hour moving everything back while she complains about my ignorance. You're so closed-minded, she says. No wonder you're stuck in basic reality. Basic reality is where my stuff stays where I put it. She starts crying and says I'm being mean to her. I'm just trying to improve our living situation, she sobs, by destroying it without permission. You don't appreciate anything I do for you. Because you're not doing things for me, you're doing them to me. She doesn't understand the difference, and that's the scariest part. Starts posting passive-aggressive things about me on social media. Living with fake people is so draining, she writes. Some girls will betray you the moment a guy shows interest. Screenshots start getting sent to me by mutual acquaintances. Realize she's trying to turn people against me with her victim narrative. Confront her about the posts, and she plays innocent. I wasn't talking about you specifically, she lies. Then who were you talking about? Just fake people in general. Right after we had a fight about my boyfriend. Coincidences happen, she shrugs. Decide to document everything in case I need to involve the resident advisor. Start keeping a record of her behavior and the things she says. She notices me writing and becomes paranoid. What are you writing about? She demands. Just taking notes for class, I lie. Let me see. No, it's private. She tries to grab my notebook and we end up in a physical struggle. Manage to keep it away from her, but she's furious. You're probably writing lies about me, she accuses. I'm writing exactly what happened. Your version of what happened, she corrects. There's only one version, the truth. Truth is subjective, she argues philosophically, not when it comes to objective events. She storms out and doesn't come back for 2 days. Almost think the problem solved itself until she returns with reinforcements. Brings her weird friend group to confront me about my toxic behavior. They all sit in a circle and take turns telling me why I'm wrong. Luna says you've been really mean to her, says purple hair girl number 2. Define mean, I request, invalidating her feelings and dismissing her spiritual practices. I asked her not to rearrange my furniture without permission. That's spiritual oppression, declares purple hair girl number 3. It's basic respect for personal property. They act like I'm some kind of monster for having boundaries. Luna sits there nodding along like she's the victim of horrible abuse. I just wanted us to be spiritual sisters, she says tearfully. I wanted us to be normal roommates who respect each other. Normal is a societal construct, chimes in purple hair girl number 4. So is paying rent, but we still have to do it. They exchange looks like I just said something deeply offensive. Realize I'm outnumbered by people who have completely lost touch with reality. Decide it's time to involve the resident advisor before this gets worse. Make an appointment and explain the entire situation objectively. She sounds like she has some boundary issues. The RA agrees. That's putting it mildly. We can try mediation first, but if that doesn't work, we can discuss a room change. Mediation session is a complete disaster. Luna spends the entire time talking about how spiritually advanced she is. I'm just trying to help her evolve as a person, she tells the RA. Evolution requires consent, the RA points out. Consent is a Western concept that limits spiritual growth. Even the RA starts looking uncomfortable at this point. Regardless of spiritual beliefs, you need to respect your roommate's belongings. Material possessions are illusions anyway, Luna argues. Illusions that she pays for with real money. Luna starts crying again and says everyone is ganging up on her. I'm the victim here, she insists. I'm being persecuted for my beliefs. You're being asked to follow basic roommate etiquette. Etiquette is just another form of social control. Walk out of mediation knowing it's hopeless. RA approves my room change. Request immediately. Good luck, she whispers as I sign the paperwork, packing my stuff while Luna watches dramatically from her bed. You're making a huge mistake, she says. I'm making a necessary decision. You'll never find another roommate who understands you like I do. I'm hoping that's true. She starts sobbing about how I'm abandoning her in her time of need. What time of need? I'm going through a spiritual awakening and you're leaving me alone. You have your purple-haired support group. They don't live with me. Neither do I anymore. Move into a single room and immediately feel a weight lifted off my shoulders. Can study in peace, keep my stuff where I want it, and exist without judgment. Luna tries texting me for weeks afterward. I miss our deep conversations, she writes. We never had deep conversations. We could have if you weren't so closed off. I was protecting my sanity. Sanity is overrated anyway. Block her number and all her social media accounts. Hear through mutual friends that she's still telling people I betrayed her. Apparently, I'm now the cautionary tale she uses to prove how fake other girls are. My former roommate seemed cool but turned out to be just another shallow party girl. Ironic, since I spent most nights studying and rarely partied, but facts don't matter when you're crafting a victim narrative. Graduate 2 years later without ever speaking to her again. See her at commencement ceremony surrounded by the same group of enablers, still dressed in all black, still talking about how different and special she is. Some people never learn and never change. My face when I realized not like other girls usually means worse than other girls. That feel when you escape a toxic situation and can finally breathe again.